Well then, after a 7-year gap of remakes and unnecessary prequel to the remake, I guess there was yet again nowhere to go with the chainsaw-wielding maniac. In all honesty, I thought it would have been the perfect ending for all the films with just him walking off into the darkness, or as my swipe texting tried to say for the script, jacking off into the darkness. Yeah, no joke. But seriously, it was the year 2013, and movies were yet again under the influence of being in 3D. It comes to crawl up their ass every decade or so. There was Saw 3D, The Final Chapter, LMFAO. There was Harold and Kumar 3D. There was My Bloody Valentine 3D. Final Destination 3D, whatever the fuck. So they decided to go with Texas Chainsaw 3D. Yeah, they dropped the massacre too to change it up a bit, like how the Invasion of the Body Snatchers was turned into The Body Snatchers, and then The Invasion. And this movie would actually be a direct sequel to the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, this has my attention. The first was a classic. What could they do to follow up on it? Well, ignore all the sequels like the Halloween films did. The film opens up with the classic ending of the original, and it cuts to new scenes taking place the same day, and all of a sudden, there's new Sawyers all over the house. Where the hell did these people come from? They weren't in the first film. There's an infant baby, a female Sawyer, all these other guys that Drayton has to answer to. What the fuck? I will say that the new Drayton actor is really good at mimicking Jim Saito, and the reason he's so good is because he's Chop Top. That's right, the actor who played Chop Top, Bill Moseley, plays Drayton Sawyer as well, even if it's just for a few scenes. What an honor. But yeah, I hate the addition of randomly adding in new Sawyers that were never in the original, especially if they're following up on just the original. But they die immediately by vigilantes in a fire, so it don't matter. And the infant whose mother was killed is raised by two of the villagers and grows up decades later not even knowing she's a Sawyer, until her grandmother Verna Carson, who's actually played by Marilyn Burns. That's right, another returning actor in this movie. She of course was Sally, but this grandmother Sawyer character also wasn't acknowledged in the original. Well, she dies, and then the main character Heather takes all the inheritance. That's when she learns of her adoption and travels with her cliche B-trash friends to go to the house. Yeah, seriously? Every character in this movie sucks, like seriously. They are all obvious setups for Leatherface to kill later on, especially the hitchhiker named Daryl. Whoops, wrong Daryl. He's not even worthy of having the same name as Daryl. But yeah, he dies in a very brutal way. The deaths are really grotesque, but unfortunately the effects are trash. So much so that it ruins half the film for me, like the latest George Romero zombie films with their CGI blood instead of their practical effects blood. And the original movie wasn't even that gory at all, and it worked because we already know what the characters were going through, and it didn't even have to show that much. Here, it's just bad effects and obvious 3D quality. I did a shitty ass video about this movie like many years back, and that was before the movie was even released. It was like a trailer review or some shit, and it sucked. Now, here I am actually talking about the movie this time, and I'm still not that impressed with it, unfortunately. I mean, it has moments like when Leatherface chases Heather through the amusement park, and they have a little nod to the pig's mask from the Saw films. That was a cool Easter egg. There's a lot of great camera shots, especially the ones involving Leatherface, but pretty much everything else I didn't really dig. I mean, the character of Heather I didn't find too likable, mainly because of all the dumbass decisions she makes. I mean, hiding in a casket? Really? Yeah, okay. You would have been dead if your friends hadn't distracted Leatherface. When I saw the trailer to this movie and it showed that part, I already knew this movie was in deep water. I laughed my ass off. And then she climbs on top of a Ferris wheel, putting her life in danger and making herself a sitting duck for Leatherface, or as my swipe texting tried to say for the script, a sitting dick for Leatherface. She would have been dead if the cop hadn't distracted Leatherface. So, as you can see, not all the characters are smart. I would have at least liked for the black guy to live, but when Leatherface crashes their RV, the two female characters live. But, freaking course, he dies in the wreck. Like, yeah, okay, I see you guys. We got Chris Evans in the movie. Oh, wait, wrong guy. And we also have the Sawyer lawyer, Farnsworth, who looks like he belongs in a children's cartoon movie, or can be the next live-action Super Mario. The acting's shitty, the ending is very cringy, with Leatherface getting his ass kicked by the other main villain, Bert, who assisted in killing the Sawyer family, and is now the main asshole, which I really hate because it drifts away from having Leatherface as the main villain, or as my swipe texting tried to say for the script, the main violin. But anywho, seeing Leatherface get his ass kicked by two old guys is kinda embarrassing, but he emerges victorious and the effects are god-awful. Heather and Leather are revealed to be cousins and live together in perfect harmony, with Heather getting all the estates and Leather living in the basement, only to protect Heather from any other bogus hitchhikers or whatever. But there you have Texas Chainsaw 3D. What a big letdown, if you ask me. It actually had the potential of being a great movie with a great storyline, an abandoned Sawyer who learns about her family's past and tries to move on from it and not be like them, only to be mixed in this whole roller coaster. Holy shit. But they fucked it up. With shitty characters, terrible effects, bad marketing of 3D that takes me out of it, horrible acting, really awful character decisions, and so on. Also, the Chris Evans lookalike character never got what he deserved because he turned out to be the bad guy's son. Oh well, hate to see their family dinner after what happened. But yeah, after a 7-year gap, Texas Chainsaw 3D, the follow-up to the original, is a pass for me. Nothing special. Let's move on from 3D and go into another prequel? The fuck? No. Alright, end the video already.
If you approach the devil's den, turn round, don't enter in, lest the hand of the Almighty fall on you. He'll fuck you